The COVID surge keeps surging. The state adding another 3,200 COVID cases just today, marking a new record high number of cases. There were 20 new deaths, including a 29-year-old woman from Multnomah County. However, if there is a bright note, the pace of vaccinations on the rise again. To date, nearly 2.4 million people in Oregon have completed a vaccine series. And now Oregon, the only state in the country putting an outdoor mask mandate back in place. That rule started today, a day when Oregon is hosting two major events that draw thousands of people here. And
of course, we are talking about the State Fair as well as the Hood to Coast Relay, both underway at this hour. Let's get to our Lisa Balick joining us live along the race course in South Portland. There are some runners around you. I know they've passed you recently. And Lisa's live with much more on this outdoor mask mandate rule. Lisa?
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, things seem pretty quiet along here because they have really spaced out the runners in this race. But that mask rule is for anybody, vaccinated or unvaccinated, in a crowded public space. Runners and walkers, though, in the race, it's an exception because if you're a competitive athlete, you don't have to wear one. But take a look. We've seen some of the people coming across here, the Tillicum Bridge. And again, the governor made this exception for athletes, but we decided to take a look today at how the mask rule is working for those who are along the race course. And again, some of the exchange points as well as at the State Fair.
Nice job!
The annual 200-mile Hood to Coast Relay underway after COVID canceled it last year. 13,000 runners, well aware of the rules, most masking up at gathering spots like runner exchange points.
We all have our masks, and everybody on the trail so far has been very good about distancing and or having masks. We have hand sanitizer and are using it.
At the start, as a precaution, much smaller groups of runners than in the past started in waves to increase spacing as well along the course, sometimes causing some confusion for runners starting in the dark.
Halfway into my run, and there's not very runners out there, I was starting to worry if I was running the right direction, but it all worked out.
So there's nobody around?
There weren't very many people around.
Teams often sleep in their shuttle vans. Many told me they know their teammates are vaccinated and have been training together for months.
The Hood to Coast community was pretty confident in what they were going to do, and they kind of stuck to their word when they had teams, and I feel like that would have been a big letdown if we didn't end up getting to do this race.
Meanwhile, in Salem, the Oregon State Fair started. Hundreds of thousands of people expected. Here, masks are required for everyone age 5 and up, outdoors and indoors, even if you're vaccinated, except while actively eating or drinking. Most people following the rule.
For the most part, I feel safe. You know, the majority of the people here are wearing the masks. So, I mean, I think that's probably the most important part.
Now, we're back here live on South Waterfront area where you are seeing some of the runners in the Hood to Coast that are coming by. They are not wearing masks, nor do they have to, again, under this new public mask rule. As far as policing some events, though, as far as the drop points, the exchange points, the vans, people down at the State Fair, well, the hope is that people will just police themselves because so far, a lot of the staff I've talked with say, look, it's not us to be to the mask police. We just hope public pressure will get people to comply. Live in South Portland, Lisa Balick, KOIN 6 News.